I watch y'all coming here for years, cause you shot somebody. Now your life is shot. You gonna pick that phone up one day, and that girl gonna be done dumped you and raise your child with another man. Or maybe your mama or your grandmama dies. Cause ain't nothing you can do about it. You got 15 to 20 years, state or fed time. Real talk. Don't lose your head, use your head, man. Gun crime, max time.
This pandemic has hit us hard, but Tennesseans don't stay down for long. We're known for our resilience, and we refuse to back down from a challenge. This challenge is no different. You might be out of work, but there's an opportunity waiting for you. We need you to roll up your sleeves and join our workforce. Right now, thousands of jobs are ready to be filled. Find them at jobsfortn.gov. Let's get to work, Tennessee.
We Tennesseans all have a choice to make in our fight against COVID-19.
I choose to enjoy live music.
I choose to cheer on my team.
I choose to go out.
I choose to stay healthy.
I choose to celebrate with my family.
The choice is simple. Choose to live your life and choose to live responsibly. Face it, masks fight COVID-19.
It's not about challenging times
or new normals.
It's about staying true to what matters most.
And we're more committed than ever to your health.
Your safety has always been our top priority.
Times may have changed,
but they haven't changed who we are.
We're here for you every single day.
And good afternoon again, and welcome to Talkback Live in the afternoon on a wonderful Saturday. And it is now 12:10 p.m., 10 minutes past the hour, 12 o'clock Central Time, and a very pleasant good afternoon to you on a Saturday afternoon. Well, a wonderful Saturday, and I tell you what, we have beautiful weather on the outside, and I don't know what the weather is down in Georgia. Maybe we'll find out in just a little bit. We have a special guest on our show today. Josh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everybody out there watching, listening, wherever you may be checking us out. Today, we are live on multiple platforms, as you know. The main ones to go to now, we're live on Facebook, Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh on Facebook. Mm-hmm. We are live on YouTube, Talk Back Live Network on YouTube. That's a newest one that you can check out. Go subscribe to our YouTube channel, by the way. If y'all haven't done so, you can go do that right now as well. Also, follow us on Twitter at TalkBackLive, where we are live there as well.
One word, at TalkBackLive.
Yes, sir. All on the video form. So be sure y'all check that out as well. If you're there, man, go ahead and I got you. Yeah, if you're there, man, hit us in the comments as well. Go ahead and say what's up to us, man. And we definitely appreciate seeing several of y'all already here. And some of y'all still pounding in, so we definitely appreciate y'all. Got a special guest joining us in just a few as well, a few seconds, matter of fact. So looking forward to talking to him. Also, we got some stuff we want to talk about as well as far as topics is concerned. As you saw with the pre-graphic, it is Mother's Day as well. Going to get into all those things. Got a topic we're going to discuss with y'all as well. Whatever else y'all want to bring up later on in the show. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Oh, yeah, Josh. Happy Mother's Day to all of you that are mothers out there. And we appreciate you watching, listening, or however way you're hearing us. And again, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And yes, we do have a special program lined up for you today. Hot topics of discussion, news that you could use, local, national, international. And when we have the topics on in just a few minutes, the number to call is 901-213-6020. Again, the number to call is 901-213-6020. And we'd be glad to talk with you. Also, leave your comments on Facebook as you're watching us as well. Josh, all right, let's get it on.
Yes, sir. And without any further ado, let's go to our guest. And here we go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome our special guest today. And he is out of the state of Georgia, a fighter. And I'm telling you, talking about a fighter, man, this guy, when you see the, I guess we're going to have some video today. When you see it and you listen to this guy, you'll know, hey, he is an up-and-coming heavyweight or big-time fighter. And, man, I'll tell you, we're glad to have him on and privileged to have him on today, our show. And his name is Fernando Bunch. And they call you, well, welcome to the show, Fernando.
Hey, how's it going?
Great, man. Hey, and tell us, I know Bob's just going to talk about that, but tell us about the name. Bob, do you want to say it? I can say it if you want to.
Yeah, it's El Terrible.
El Terrible.
El Terrible.
You tell us that word terrible means what?
It's the Spanish, it's the terrible in Spanish.
Ah, so he is Fernando El Terrible Bunch. Man, why do they call you terrible?
Well, when I was young, cause I'm a whole lot, calmer and everything now, but when I was younger, I used to have a horrible attitude, as far as just when things didn't go my way. Mm-hmm. And where one of my favorite fighters as well was Eric Morales, which is that's like a legendary Mexican boxer, world champion, in which I always like him as well. I always watched him a lot when I was younger, and just in the meaning the nicknames and my attitude, El Terrible, like kind of just fell with it, where like it goes in spurts with my style as well, because I'm also poised and and fight with cognition. So
yeah,
it works fine. It works great, I guess.
Yeah. Talk to us about how did you get started and why did you get started? You wanted to do what you do today in fighting, boxing.
Oh well, my father, he started me in Taekwondo martial arts when I was at a very young age. So like I've been fighting really all my life, in which I just when I was during time when the martial arts, I loved it, I really did. However, when it was time for competition, I was a very sore loser. When I used to get disqualified because in Taekwondo they really wanted you to kick more than punch, and punching was what I really liked to do. And so I used to get disqualified and I would be upset, and ultimately I ended up begging my mom to allow me to quit, in which my father was the instructor. So, that really wasn't easy to happen. And my mom, she finally got my dad to allow me to stop Taekwondo. And, I ventured off into all the other sports. I played football, I played soccer, played those sports. I really enjoyed them. I really, 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 really loved football at one point, but I just wasn't growing. Like when it was time in middle school, when it was time to try out, like I was like about 40, 50 pounds smaller than everybody, And so, one of my best friends, Matthew Diaz, I met him in 7th grade in Morgan Road Middle School here in Augusta, Georgia. And he's always come back, like on Mondays, he'll come back to school with a busted lip or a black eye or, something, but with a trophy or like, a trophy or a medal or a belt or something. And I was like enthused by that. Like, so like, we became best friends, and like, man, to this day, that's my man. He's still been rocking with me. Yeah. And he really started me. He introduced me to boxing, and I've just been I've been with it ever since.
You said you were enthused. You saw him come back with a busted lip and all these other things, but he came back with a trophy. So you was enthused by what? The trophy or the busted lips?
A little of both, a little of both, to be completely honest. Because at one point I used to be scared of conflict. I used to be scared to fight, However, once I really learned, like everything my father taught me, and then I learned how to actually use it. Then when it came to boxing, and then being able to do so without getting in trouble, like that was Six Flags for me. That's why I tell everybody when it's fight time, it's like I'm at Six Flags waiting in line, and I'm like, that person right in line ready to get on the ride.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. And talk about when you talk about your fighting style, how would you describe yourself as a boxer? If people want to say, tell me about Fernando Bunch, El Terrible. What are they expecting when you get in the ring?
They're expecting a fighter that's definitely in shape, a fighter that's in shape, a fighter that's determined, a fighter that's very smart, and a fighter that is going to show you different things. Like that's one thing as far as my style is where I've been learning not only to fight with, like to utilize or elevate my my genetics, what I was blessed with as far as my height and my reach and my power, things like that. Like I've been learning how to really utilize those more to my advantage, but also like utilizing the things that I learned when I was a little kid. Like at once upon a time, I was always the shortest kid out the bunch. So I really had to fight. I had to learn how to fight in the inside, However, I had an extreme growth spurt. Like it makes me laugh when I think about it, because my dad used to say he used to think I wasn't going to grow because I was so short for so long.
Wow.
In which when I did hit my growth spurt, the dynamics of everything changed. I had to learn how to fight tall as well, and I think that was one of my blessings in disguise, because a lot of people my height don't know how to fight in the inside, which that's the first thing I learned how to do.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10.5", but they give me 5'11" now.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
So, do you ever fight those shorter fighters or anybody taller than you, and how does that work out for you?
Well, I mean, I'm a lightweight, so I'm not your typical lightweight. You know, fighting at 135, 130 pounds. You know, you don't have too many 5'11", 5'10" guys in that weight.
Okay.
So the majority of the time I'm fighting guys shorter than me as far as at my weight class, in which yeah, I mean, it's sometimes, you know, I have guys that have to fight at my height or even taller, but, you know, the majority of it, I'm fighting guys that are shorter than me.
Definitely. Now, as a fighter, is there anybody that, you know, I know most boxers, they study the sport, and there's guys that really intrigue them, you know, when it comes to boxing? Is there anybody that you ever wanted to pattern your fighting style after, or just guys that you just look up to in the sport?
Gotcha. Okay, no, that's a very good question, because I mean, it's not necessarily as far as one guy that I've watched as far as to like imitate and replicate their style or duplicate their style. However, there's like a plethora of fighters, you know, especially before my era, that I've watched and, you know, pick different styles. I mean, pick different things up from. However, one thing with that is where, you know, it's one thing when you're watching these fighters, especially from back in the day, and watching everything that they did, because yes, it's great, but a lot of times you honestly, deep down, you really don't know what you're watching as far as what they're doing. You're just watching as far as the actual result of it. So one thing that I have as far as a blessing is where now with Roy Jones Jr. being my coach, I really study him, because, you know, with him being so articulate at the age that he is right now, he remembers absolutely everything from every fight. You just got to remind him of, you know, what fight it was, and he'll tell you exactly what he was thinking, exactly which punch he thrown, exactly what he was stepping, exactly what he was setting up. So, like, you know, we're stating that. There's a lot of times where I literally ask him, "Yo, coach, when you were doing this, what were you setting up?" He'll tell me. I go right back home. I go back to my apartment or to my, you know, wherever I'm at, and I'll go watch it on YouTube. And this is what, over 20 years ago, and I can see exactly what he was doing. And so, like, you know, with that, you know, when you have somebody that has that much experience, you know, you can't do nothing but soak it up and you know, and add it to your style. The last thing I can try to do, especially this far in my career, is try to be someone else. But you know, everything he gives me, I add it to who I am.
Man, and you can't beat. Not to interrupt, but you can't beat having a coach like Roy Jones Jr. You're talking about a Hall of Famer and one of the best to ever do it. A guy who, you know, just recently got out of the ring. You know, you know, I mean, he was on the national stage not that long ago with the exhibition with Mike Tyson, and all of that, man. But so how did that come about, if you don't mind me asking, with you and Roy Jones Jr. linking up?
Man, it was nothing but God, you know, working through people. As far as, you know, initially, at the time before I met, wow, it's crazy because this is around the exact time. Around the time when I first was introduced to Roy, it was around this time 3 years ago. Reason why I can say that directly is because my daughter's birthday, it was just yesterday. And I literally went down there 2 days after she was, a month after she was born. So it's a quick story. I won't hold you, but basically how it went was I had a teammate from a couple years back. He was preparing to fight Shakur Stevenson on ESPN. Back then it was like in April of 2008, 18 or 19, 3 years ago. Yeah, 18. And so with me seeing that, I didn't have a coach. I was 8-0 as a professional. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have any management. However, I definitely wanted to continue my career. So I was like, I need to keep putting myself out there. And so with me being familiar with his coach, as well as the type of fighter he was about to fight, I was like, you know, I don't know how to fight. I'm not a southpaw. I don't know how to fight southpaw, but I'm in shape. I can figure it out, and I can. I know you guys need sparring. And so, you know, I called his coach. I asked him that, like, yo, y'all need sparring. I'll come up, you know, whatever. And, like, you know, they was like, sure, absolutely. And where they invited me in, gave me a place to stay. We sparred. The first day, they brought Jesse Reed as a world-time trainer that trained a number of world legends. He had flew down from New York. He was there, and he brought another fighter named James Wilkins, Crunch Time, from New York as well. This was the first time that me and Crunch Time actually met each other, in which we both were there to spar Patrick, in which, you know, we both sparred Patrick, and we had to spar him southpaw. in which we did, what we were supposed to do. However, afterwards, they wanted me and Crunch to spar each other. During that time, Crunch was an undefeated pro as well, and he was actually training with Roy Jones as well. And, we gave each other hell. We gave each other hell 8 rounds straight right after sparring with Pat, where to the point they took us out to dinner and was like, yo, y'all stay night. We want y'all to work again tomorrow. And so the next following day, we did that again. And, just with boxers, it was great work. We gave each other both our best. And so that developed a relationship between me and him. And he was like, yo, man, I don't have anybody to spar when I'm at Roy's house. I'm going to talk to Roy and see if you can come down. And I was like, absolutely. Like, give me, you give me that opportunity, I'll be there. Man. And literally like a month later, we were set. We had everything set to go down. I had everything set to go down to Roy's on the weekend of Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. And I got that phone call that my daughter was, her mom was in labor and she was on the way.
Wow.
So I had to FaceTime. Yeah, it was crazy. I had to FaceTime Roy while I was at the hospital and let him know, yo, my baby is on the way. I promise I'm coming, but this is the reason I can't come right now. And literally like a month later, I stayed with my baby and everything for a month. And after that, I went down to Roy's and I've been training with him ever since.
Oh, okay.
Man, that's incredible.
We're talking with Fernando Bunch, and he is a fighter. And talk to us, what gym do you represent, and tell the people again who you fight for.
Yes, sir, man. I represent Augusta, Georgia. I mean, all the gyms have been a home to me. Augusta Boxing Club, Global's, even Marciano's Boxing Club. Like Augusta, Georgia is a home of a lot of boxers, in which that's where I've been bred at. Even in Columbus, with Blazers, they even held home for me. Even in Atlanta, so really like the state of Georgia is what I represent. I'm training. I train out of Body Headbangers Gym in Pensacola, Florida, which is Roy Jones' gym. That's my head coach. And, we 11-0 as a pro online. It shows me as 10-0 because they didn't report my Mexico fight. But, I'm working hard. I'm extremely motivated and dedicated to my craft. And I'm excited for my next fight.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. Okay. What's your purpose?
My purpose?
Yes, sir.
My purpose is motivate and show dedication. Motivation, hard work and dedication, in which hard work and dedication equals positive motivation in my eyes. In which one thing for me is I also prove that you do not have to be. I tell everybody you do not have to be the favorite. That's one thing I was not. You know what I'm saying? As far as starting boxing and everything, like I was the last one. I was not the one expected to get this far. I wasn't this one expected to be this successful. In which I just stayed down. And so I just represent longevity and hard work. Like anybody that really knows me will tell you that I'm working when everybody is not. And you don't see, I don't have to put everything online. Like I'm always working. And I know that that's what really, brings success and big victories.
And have you fought professionally?
Right, absolutely. I'm 11-0.
11-0. Okay.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. And one last thing I want to ask you, man. What do you got coming up? I know there's a fight coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go.
Right, yes, sir. I fight May 30th. May 30th here in Augusta, Georgia. This actually is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, my third or my fourth main event, but this is my second homecoming as a main event in which Roy Jones will be there. And I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I'm ready to do my thing. We have a good bit of Augusta's up-and-coming fighters on there as well. Little Jalapeno, that's like my little brother. His name is Dominique Roundtree. Everyone, make sure you follow him. He's making his professional debut, and he's straight out of Augusta, Georgia, in which K. Rucker Productions. So they're doing a tremendous job. We've been working with each other for years, ever since I was 4-0. And so, they're family. That this is family right here.
Awesome. And would you say that the community, just hearing you talk about that, is it pretty close knit with you guys in the Georgia area when it comes to boxing and up and comers?
No doubt, because boxing is already a small world. So information is very, very, it doesn't take long to get across as far as within the boxing community, and even in the state of Georgia, of course, it's just like any other businesses and any other things where, it's spotty in different places, like because of different locations. But, it's definitely a lot of unity, and which that's one of the things me and one of my fellow boxers were talking about, is where it's not even I have to start it, but just continuing to be acceptable to more unity within ourselves. So that's absolutely correct.
Definitely. I know, and I know I said that was the last one, but I just thought about, I gotta get your thoughts, man. How do you feel about kind of the state of boxing right now? Because a lot of things is getting, especially things that have been getting headlines lately. You got the Paul brothers out there, who they're really just getting started. I don't even know if you can say they've had professional fights, but they're getting a whole lot of attention with the guys that have fought, like had the whole Nate Robinson thing, if you want to call that what that was. And now Floyd Mayweather's fighting one of them as well. How do you feel about that kind of getting into boxing?
Yes, sir. Well, as growing up and being in the sport for so long, being in the sport and being in the business, you have two different opinions. Yeah. So, with me being in both, honestly, like at first, I was against it, but then I saw, like, as it's been going on, I'm not against it at all, because yes, you got to remember, the professional boxing is nothing but entertainment as far as to people that are not putting their lives on the line, and that's not training every single day. It's entertainment. And at the end of the day, that's one thing I always make sure, like after I fight, I ask people, did you enjoy yourself? Did you enjoy the fight? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not only am I want to be a great fighter, but a great performer. And that's exactly what Floyd Mayweather is, in addition to a tremendous money maker. I would never knock Floyd Mayweather for what he's doing, to be this old and still being able to make as many millions as he possibly can, and then not even tarnish his career. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's genius. That's really genius. Like, even looking at Roy, watching when Roy Jones and Mike Tyson did the same thing, it was genius, because my main thing was, I just hope that neither one of them get hurt, so we can make sure we get back to practice and get ready for these next fights.
There you go.
And Roy was on point. Roy, I learned so much during that camp. I was in camp with him preparing for Roy. Okay. For Mike, in which I learned so much. It was like, wow, like it kind of shows you where it's like, with this as well, you got to remember these big old fights that they're having, like with the YouTubers and the Nate Robinsons, they're having undercard fights right under those as well, with real fighters. And a lot of those fighters, some of those fighters I do know are fighters that I would be fighting against in the future or fought against already. You feel me? In which at those times, those were opportunities for those guys to be able to take a nice purse home to their families. So if y'all want to, they want to continue to keep these YouTube fighters going on, and they're making them the main event and all that good stuff, that's all great and dandy. Especially if you're giving other guys these type of opportunities, especially on those type of platforms. A lot of these boxers are getting paid more than they ever got paid, because of the type of platform, YouTube or not. So, honestly, I'm not against it at all. And that's why I don't even look at it as far as like with Floyd in the fight. Even it started with when them fighting McGregor. I take it seriously as far as, when you get in there, every man, it's crazy, any man got a chance. I've just seen guys never fought before in their life and knock out guys that's been boxing all their life, So it's no joke. However, as far as like, with Floyd going in the ring and going to do those exhibition matches, it's nothing but sparring. That's like, that's nothing but sparring. And Floyd is very, very defensively responsible. So he's not going to do anything that's going to cause him to not be able to get out that ring the same. So that's really my point on it.
Yeah. Hey, man, it has been an honor and a pleasure to have you on our show today. And Fernando Bunch, man, we wish you nothing but the best in everything you do. And hey, promise us you'll come back and be our guest again. And when you get big time, maybe you'll get us a couple of tickets at ringside.
No doubt, no doubt. You definitely make that happen. I truly appreciate you guys for having me.
Okay. All right, Fernando Bunch. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem, no problem. I thank you. Just want to make sure I shout out Augusta, Georgia, as far as for my homebred city, in which if anybody just continue to follow Fernando Bunch, Fernando Terrible Bunch, that is my fan page on Facebook, as well as Fernando Bunch, that's my Nando Terrible is my Instagram, in which definitely continue to show love. I thank you.
All right.
Thanks,
tell your dad we might put the gloves on one of these days and get that fight in we never got.
Nah, he's still in shape. He's still in shape now. So.
Okay. Thank you, man.
No problem. Thank you.
All right. That's Fernando El Terrible.
Yes,
I mean, Terrible Bunch. And man, what a fighter he is. Josh, do you have that clip that you can play where people can hear that upcoming fight?
Well, yeah. It's well, I was showing it there. It wasn't I don't know if it said anything, but
let's see if we can pull it up and play it there. For the people that are coming fight that he's gonna be in there.
All right.
And folks, we got other topics coming up in just a little bit after we take this break. And if he can pull that up, that'll take us into our break. And we'll be back after that with another topic. And the phone number to call is 901-213-6020, where you'll be able to call in and give us your opinion on what we're talking about, what we have talked about. And we'll...
Yes, sir.
Yes. You ready to go, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Talk Back Live with Bob.
And Josh.
And on the Talk Back Live Network.
Time to tickets to the ring. Get ready as K-Rucker Productions, Brilliant Music, W Brothers and Company, and True Security present More Than a Game, a professional boxing event, Sunday, May 30th at Columbia County Exhibition Center in Grovetown, with vendors, live entertainment, and music by DJ Celis. And get your upgraded meet and greet VIP tickets to meet boxing champ Roy Jones Jr. Doors open at 4. Tickets on sale now. Get them at Tickettour.com/K-Rucker Production. You don't want to miss it.
This pandemic has hit us hard, but Tennesseans don't stay down for long. We're known for our resilience, and we refuse to back down from a challenge. This challenge is no different. You might be out of work, but there's an opportunity waiting for you. We need you to roll up your sleeves and join our workforce. Right now, thousands of jobs are ready to be filled. Find them at jobsfortn.gov. Let's get to work, Tennessee.
I watch y'all coming here for years, cause you shot somebody. Now your life is shot. You gonna pick that phone up one day, and that girl gonna be done dumped you and raise your child with another man. Or maybe your mama or your grandmama dies. Cause ain't nothing you can do about it. You got 15 to 20 years, state or fed time. Real talk. Don't lose your head, use your head, man. Gun crime, max time.
We Tennesseans all have a choice to make in our fight against COVID-19.
I choose to enjoy live music.
I choose to cheer on my team.
I choose to go out.
I choose to stay healthy.
I choose to celebrate with my family.
The choice is simple. Choose to live your life and choose to live responsibly. Face it, masks fight COVID-19.
It's not about challenging times.
Or new normals.
It's about staying true to what matters most.
And we're more committed than ever to your health.
Your safety has always been our top priority.
Times may have changed,
but they haven't changed who we are.
We're here for you every single day.
And welcome back to the show. Give me a little volume in my headphones there. Welcome back to the show, Talk Back Live with Bob
and Josh.
It is now 12:41, 41 minutes past the hour, 12 o'clock Central Time, and a very pleasant good afternoon to you on a Saturday. And I tell you what, we are live and we're having a great time today on our show. And the number to call, if you'd like to call in, 901-213-6020. And also, happy Mother's Day to all of you mothers. Not those people that are confused about who they are, whether they're a man or a woman. I'm talking about real women. You don't say happy Mother's Day to someone that's perverted or twisted in their minds, talking about I was born to be a woman, but I end up being a man. I mean, you couldn't be a mother anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
You couldn't be a mother. You couldn't have kids. So, straighten up and fly like a man and be who you were born to be. Doggone it. You remember that hailstorm that was in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, doggone. But anyway, 901-213-6020, or you can leave your comments on Facebook Live. We're there. You can watch us there as well on Talkback Live with Bob and Josh page, or you can listen to us on the Spreaker or Facebook or what's the other one? YouTube and Twitter at Talkback Live. One word, at Talkback Live. All right, and if you'd like to call and wish your mom a happy Mother's Day, you're welcome to do that as well. Just call in and let us know. And what are you doing this Mother's Day? And if your mom is still alive, where are you taking her? I mean, I don't mean to sound like, are you taking her somewhere that's not pleasing? But is it a good thing, or do you mind or don't mind spending a lot of money on your mom on Mother's Day? And some people, think that Mother's Day come along, that people do more for their moms than they do for their dads on Father's Day. And that's been a challenge that people talk about. Why don't, people treat their father just the same way they treat their mother on Mother's Day? Why the big difference? I mean, on Father's Day, dad might get a phone call, or dad may have to call his kids to remind them, hey, it's Father's Day. Oh, I forgot, Dad, happy Father's Day. But Mother's Day, they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers Mother's Day, before it even comes, and start shopping for mom and buying her all kinds of gifts and sending stuff in the mail, ordering stuff online and all that stuff. And the stuff gets there before Mother's Day even comes. But for the father, he'd be good if he get a phone call. He may have to, like I said, call and remind them it's Father's Day. I mean, yeah. Sometimes it goes that way, sometimes it doesn't. It all depends on your child, or it depends on you, what you do. Do you favor one day more than the other Mother's Day over Father's Day, and why?
Well,
I mean,
yeah, I got you. But one thing to me, even if people do, I don't know if they. A couple things. One, if they know they do, and two, if they would actually say it.
How would they not know that they favor one over the other?
It's pretty easy. I mean, because like I say, when you got two parents, of course, you're not gonna, sit there unless it's some type of personal issue. But you're not gonna sit and say, "Oh, well, I favor this day." I favor Mother's Day.
Well, I mean, it is it's the way it looks, though. The way it, is that Mother's Day is favored more than Father's Day. I mean, you talk about it, you see it all over the newspaper, the media, the stores. It's Mother's Day shopping event, big sale or this and that. But when Father's Day come around, when is it? Is it in June?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, but when Mother's Day coming. So, you better have your stuff ready and your gifts and money and cards and flowers and gifts and all that stuff. You better have it in the mail.
Well, I mean, I think the thing is,
Father's Day coming around. I'm going to see what the fathers going to get. I'm going to see if we're going to do a show on fathers.
Yeah. Well, that's based on us, right?
I'm just saying. What I'm saying basically is people like us, shows that are out there, and people on Facebook. Are they really going to make a big deal when Father's Day come around?
I don't know, man. It's one of those things where I almost feel like it's like with women or mothers. I don't know if it's like I'm not gonna say more personal, but. With men, with men, we're men. And, with men being fathers, no, but honestly, the thought is like, hey, he'll be fine. He's the big, strong father,
Yeah.
Well, and then you got the mother, it's the, little mama.
Yeah, some people believe, okay, the mama bears most of the work and carrying the child and birthing the child and all of that. But the man don't have to do anything. He just enjoy and then, be there when it happens. But, you got to think about all the things the man has to do when the woman's pregnant, when she getting ready to deliver. The man has to, the man has to be prepared for the fallout. Somebody being around him to bring him back alive. You got to think about, the man, and all those different things, he goes through a lot. So, but at any rate,
this is true.
What is that? Crickets come Father's Day.
Yeah, there's
Verdell.
Yes, there's crickets. There's no fanfare or anything like that. Quiet.
Oh,
yeah. He also says socks at best.
Socks. You got it, man. Hey, a good pair of old white socks.
Lord, no.
Not even black socks, white socks. Oh, Lord. 901-213-6020. Josh, in other news.
Yes.
We have a woman that money was sent to her and put in her account.
Mm-hmm.
She spent it. But yet, they say she was wrong.
Matter of fact, they arrested her for spending it.
They arrested her for spending it. The money was put in her account. We have a story on this, folks. Do we have a video, audio?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to play this. And what do you think, and what would you do if money was put into your account by mistake? And a company or a big time government, whatever, they put it in your account.
And look, and not just money, but it's $1.2 million.
I'm not talking about $50 now, y'all. I'm talking about millions.
And this is the woman, by the way. This is a mugshot.
Yeah.
Out of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
And she was arrested for spending the money that was put in her account. Now, they said it was an accident.
Yeah.
We didn't mean to give you this. As a matter of fact, and the video doesn't say this, I don't believe, but she was only meant to get $85.
$85.
But they accidentally deposited $1.2 million into her bank account, and she looked and like, whoa.
And she immediately went out to purchase a few things.
Yes. But we got a story on it.
We got the story on it. Take a listen to it and give us your opinion. 901-213-6020 or leave it on Facebook and join us there with the conversation. Josh, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Folks, take a listen and a look at this.
Overnight courts asking the question, what would you do if you checked your bank account and suddenly found out you were a millionaire? That happened to a former Louisiana sheriff's dispatcher, and instead of notifying the bank, well, she quickly moved the cash into another account, used it to buy a home and an SUV. Kellen Spadoni, who you see here, was arrested for theft, and tonight is facing a lawsuit from Charles Schwab after she ignored several of their attempts, they say, to contact her and get the money back. Night court is now in session with civil rights attorney Robert Patillo and criminal defense attorney Brian Claypool. Welcome to you both.
Thanks, Shannon.
Hey, Shannon.
Let's start here with Exhibit A. On February 23rd, Schwab meant to transfer $82.56 into a Fidelity brokerage account, services account, but the company instead transferred $1,205,619, court records said. So, Robert, is their mistake?
Is their mistake, but that does not mean you have a legal right to that amount of money. Even best case scenario, if you were able to keep it, good luck explaining to the IRS where $1.2 million came from and paying the taxes on that. This is no different than finding someone's wallet and deciding to keep it when they ask for it back. Or if a Brinks truck accidentally dropped money off at your door, it does not mean that you are legally entitled to it. There's legal precedents on it where people back in the old days would cash those Publishers Clearinghouse checks that came to your house and occasionally bank to allow the transaction to go through. But then later on, when they figured out the funds were not there, they would reverse it. So though I understand that most people don't have sympathy for big banks in situations like this, you don't have a legal right to it, and you're going to end up getting in more trouble than it's worth.
It sounds like she is right now, innocent until proven guilty, but facing a lot of charges. Exhibit B, then, we go to. The company argues in its lawsuit that Spadoni's account contract with Schwab, now this came from the Charles Schwab account, includes an agreement that if a client receives an overpayment of funds, the client is required to return the full amount. Brian.
Well, Shannon, first thing I'm going to do in the morning, I'm running over to Charles Schwab. I'm setting up my account there, and then fingers crossed, I get $1 million. Anyway, all kidding aside, last time I checked, we have a criminal court of law, not a moral court of law. And morally, this woman is incorrect, and she should do the right thing and transfer the money back. But the law is on her side, believe it or not. And I think it's going to trump that agreement that she signed, that she probably didn't even know what she signed, probably didn't even know what she read. But real quick, theft, felony theft is the charge. That means that this woman had to deprive money of someone else without their consent. Charles Schwab sent her the money, so that charge is going to get dropped. The last charge against her is bank wire fraud. Again, she has to show an intent to deprive Charles Schwab of money. Last time I checked, Charles Schwab made a mistake and sent the money to her. So in the real world, she might walk free and she might have $1.2 million. And she might have a wrongful termination case against the sheriff's department for firing her. They shouldn't have done that.
Well, she's got a world of trouble to fight her way out of now. I mean, Brian, maybe she'll call you up. You are the defense attorney of all defense attorneys. You've made your case. Robert has made his. And we're told, by the way, detectives have been able to get back about 75% of the money. So maybe there'll be some goodwill there. I don't know. Robert and Brian, thank you for your very effective lawyering. We'll leave it to the folks at home tonight. Use the hashtag Night Court and tweet us at Fox News Night or at Shannon Bream. Let us know how you.
All right. What do you think? Do you think Charles Schwab sent her the money? Do you think that if anybody's sending you some money in your bank account and they send it wrong, are you or should you return that money? And would you be legally? You think it's right for them to take this woman to jail, or would it be right for you to go to jail, or would it be okay for you to keep the money or to spend the money if it went into your account without you asking for it or without you taking it illegally? They sent her the money.
And it's funny, Verdell, man, you hitting on it. He said, and I would hire that defense attorney.
I'm telling you.
Absolutely. I mean, that dude, he laid out an incredible case.
Yeah, that brother, man, was like, hey, that's just like you stealing somebody's wallet. No, I mean,
no, it's
come
not.
on.
This dude,
man, I mean, a lot of people wallets get stolen or they get lost, and when somebody returns the wallet, if there was $10,000 in that wallet, you don't see the money most of the time. They get a wallet back with no money.
But look, here's the thing. Even that aside, right, to that point, you ain't taking nothing out of nobody's pocket.
Yeah.
To steal a wallet, you got to go up there and grab it. You see somebody walking away, you snatching somebody else's possession that they're walking. You get what I'm saying?
Well, let's say if you find the wallet on the street.
Well, no. But
you find the wallet on the street.
That's different.
That's different. But you find the wallet on the street, and you see the money in the wallet. Is it wrong for you to return the wallet without the money?
But
morally, yes, it is wrong for you to take the money. That is known as stealing.
I agree, and I'm not disagreeing with your point, but here's what I'm saying. When the guy on the news, the stuck-up brother on Fox.
Yeah, the black brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead and call him what it is.
And some people know when I say brothers mean black. But the black guy. So he was on there, he was breaking it down. He says, like, stealing a wallet. What you're saying is nicer than what he's saying. He's saying stealing a wallet. When you steal a wallet, you are jacking somebody from their possession.
Right.
That ain't what she did.
That lady didn't steal this. She didn't go into Charles Schwab and hold the place up and said, give me the money or $1 or whatever $1 million it was. She didn't do that. They sent that money to her.
She woke up and rolled over and looked at her bank account like, whoa. Went up in there and got that money out.
Is it considered a gift? If someone if the bank sends you the money in your account by mistake, is it a gift? Do you?
I don't know if I go that far.
No, really. Is it really a gift to you? Because even though they made a mistake, but if you find that money in your account, if they give it to you that way, do you have the right to that money? Yes or no? It's your account.
Yeah.
Who made the mistake?
And it wasn't even the bank, it was Charles Schwab. Because they, to your point, they sent it to the bank, her bank, and put it in her account. So it's just like, and I'm reading some of the story here, some that wasn't mentioned in that video. That says she was arrested after she transferred the money to another account. She faces charges of theft valued at over $25,000, bank fraud, and illegal transmission of monetary funds. She used the funds to purchase a new house and a brand new car, a 2021 Hyundai Genesis. Very economical. She didn't get no Lamborghini or Mercedes or Jag. She got a 2021 Hyundai.
What kind of house did she get?
That's a good question. They didn't say that.
What kind of house did she get?
I'm curious about that.
Did she get a house in the hood that's worth $40,000 or what?
Now, Charles Schwab, the company there, they got the police involved at the noticing the mistake, right? Oh my God, we gave this woman $1.2 million.
Yeah.
And they tried to call her, but she didn't answer the phone. Shockingly enough.
Yeah.
She also got fired from her job as a 911 dispatcher at the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office.
Should they have fired her? Really? I mean, it wasn't her fault that they accidentally put the money in her account.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's look at it.
Well, I guess they look at her as a thief now.
Okay. You know? Is she really a thief? Morally so, like the other attorney said, you got to look at it that, you knew that money didn't belong to you, lady. You knew that didn't belong to you. That wasn't your money. Did she steal it or didn't she? Stanley says, she should return the money point blank. Stanley, would you return the money? if nobody knew but you and Charles Schwab, nobody know but you. You wouldn't even let me know about it, Stanley. Would you return the money?
I believe Stanley would. Going off what he's saying, you know. Verdell's not sure that guy was a brother on Fox News there. Let's see, Robert Lee.
Yeah, he was black. He was when the other
he's very black, but I think he means he was, but was he really?
Oh, okay. I think he tried to respond in a way that was correct in a sense. But the white attorney came on, man. I mean, he laid it out to me and like he was really for the lady, and that did it sound like he was saying she had the right to the money?
And I want to play that part of the clip again.
Isn't there an old saying that if something comes to you and you didn't ask for it or you didn't take it, that you have the right to claim it?
That's right. Finders keepers. I know that's not what you're talking about, but yeah, I had to throw that well-known law: finders keepers, losers, they become weepers.
Yeah, but is that really? Should she have returned that money morally? So thinking that, hey, this is not mine. I need to give this money back. Before I do that, since they did send it to me, I'm gonna buy me a house and a car out of this, and then send them the change.
And now you see Robert's comment. I wonder if you see it.
He said, "I prayed for $10 and look at God."
LOL.
Yeah, 1.2 million.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it? Robert, you ought to stop it. Did God do that to that woman, or was that Charles Schwab and she stole that money?
Oh, man, I'll tell you.
I don't know. Hey,
and now
strange ways, but hey,
let me play this defense attorney's incredible defense here.
Yeah, let's play that again, and folks, take a listen and look at this, and give us your opinion. As comments start to come in, and give us a phone call too if you'd like to. 901-213-6020. Let's take a listen to this again.
Anyway, all kidding aside, last time I checked, we have a criminal court of law, not a moral court of law. And morally, this woman is incorrect, and she should do the right thing and transfer the money back. But the law is on her side, believe it or not. And I think it's going to trump that agreement that she signed, that she probably didn't even know what she signed, probably didn't even know what she read. But real quick, felony theft is the charge. That means that this woman had to deprive money of someone else without their consent. Charles Schwab sent her the money, so that charge is going to get dropped. The last charge against her is bank wire fraud. Again, she has to show an intent to deprive Charles Schwab of money. Last time I checked, Charles Schwab made a mistake and sent the money to her.
All right.
We got a caller.
Okay, let's go to the phone lines. 901-213-6020. Carl, welcome to the show.
Bob and Josh, how are you today on this Saturday afternoon?
Oh, we're doing well. How about you, Carl?
Carl, if we ever talk to you on a Saturday, this is very odd.
Yeah, well, I feel honored. I just hope my computer don't cut my phone off as I try to talk to you guys.
No, I don't think that'll happen. I don't think that'll happen today, Carl.
Yeah, I hope not. Yeah.
I think we fixed it on this end.
Well, in any event, sir.
Even though you have a cheap computer. No, go ahead.
Yeah, well,
go ahead.
That's true.
No, go ahead, Carl. I'm sorry about it.
The woman should have called them and said, "Hey, I got your money. I want 50% of this money."
Wait, whoa, Carl.
Hold them hostage.
How can she demand 50% of the money and didn't belong to her? You're gonna call somebody, okay, if I find your wallet and there's $10,000 in that wallet, and then I'll call you, Carl, I got your wallet, but I'm demanding at least $5,000 before I give it back to you. How would you take that?
I would take that as I'd rather have a 5 than nothing at all. Plus, black folks got more common sense than this. black people, a black man, if your address in that wallet would keep the 5,000 and send another 5,000 to you in the mail, but use a different name on the address as he mailed it back to you.
Wow, Carl, I never thought of that, man. See, I don't have a thieving mind like you. I never would have thought of that.
A mind for theft.
But Josh, so that makes sense.
Hey. See, now he's trying to
Josh, so that makes
he's trying to make Josh think like a thief now. Okay.
Hey, but look, I can't match your expertise on this, Carl. But I will say that you make a good point. It's very interesting. Very interesting.
Therefore, we both win because think about it. You feel guilty knowing you got 10,000. Use this as an example. You got somebody's money. It's $10,000. It could be you to pay a bill or something. It could be grandma money. And you just don't want to be too much of a dog. But you see the address, then you could just, okay, I keep half, and I send the other half through the mail.
Okay.
Now, why send it through the mail? Because you don't want to go to the person's house and drop it from the front door because they got all these doorbells now that can show you walking to the house.
Yeah.
And they can find you. So you don't want to do that.
So you're a thief, Carl. I mean, you're a creeping thief. You know you're stealing the money. So, I mean, is it right to keep that person's money? I mean, you think about it. This wasn't a regular person. Now, this was Charles Schwab, a big corporation that sent this money.
That's my point. That's my point exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to miss it.
Well, I mean, they're going to miss it. But
Charles tried to come on.
I mean, they tried to get a hold of her. But like this other attorney, this white attorney said, if I can use color in this situation, the black attorney, condemned the black woman. The white attorney says, hey,
Wait a minute. This black attorney, was he on Fox?
This was Fox News.
Yeah, yes. Fox.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, well.
Bob, let me say this about any black man that come on Fox. It's just my opinion, so I can't get sued.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Any black man that go on Fox, I want to call them Stephen Warrens.
What?
Stephen Warrens.
Meaning?
The Rainbow Unchained.
Yeah, Django. Yeah, well,
the character played by Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
His name was Stephen Warren.
Yeah.
If you saw the movie, Bob,
he did.
Everything that happened to Stephen Warren was deserving times 3. So I can still some those men that come on Fox, they're African Americans. I call them Stephen Warrens because they sold their soul just to be on Fox. And then once I realized who those men were, I decided to go to Google and look them up and see why are they that way. And then I saw their wives. And I said, oh, that's why.
What do you mean? What's the problem with their wives?
Well, Bob, how can I say this nicely so you won't get banned from your podcast? They don't look like your wife.
So they're not okay. What you're trying to say? They're not black. They're white women.
Well, I think he's saying more than that. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, there's no harm in saying that. I mean, if you're white, if they're white, they're white. They're black, they're black.
And then those black women come on.
So you're saying they act that way on Fox just because they got a white chick?
I'll say 75% of them do, yes.
So what does that make them? What are they trying to prove just because they married a white woman?
They trying to get into the good graces. They want to be white so bad that they forget where they come from.
Oh, Carl, I don't believe that.
You know what? I can't help.
I don't believe that, Carl.
Hold on.
Just because a person married a white woman, a black man married a white woman doesn't mean he wants to be white. And that's not the case.
Not all the time.
Now, the only exception is unless he's already half black himself.
Hey, now real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
I got this, and I had to play it because he referenced this. Is this what you were talking about, Carl? Let's see if you can hear it.
Who this nigga up on that nail? Oh, Stephen, you have nails for breakfast. What's the matter? Why you so ornery? You miss me, huh? Oh, yes, sir. I miss you like a hog miss fly.
I ain't hear it.
Like a baby. Miss Mammy Titty. I miss you.
I ain't heard it.
I miss the rock in my shoe.
Yeah.
Well, that was Stephen. The people watching could hear it, but yeah, it was crazy.
You couldn't hear it, Carl?
No.
But
and then Bob.
Yeah.
And Bob, to be fair, there's some of those black women that come on.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to look them up too.
Oh.
And half of them, I saw their husband too. And I said, oh, that's why y'all like that.
Okay. Oh man. So they're mixed marriages.
I'm afraid so.
Well, I mean, you can't tell me it's not like that because they're on Fox. I mean, you can't tell me there are not mixed marriages on CNN.
That's the way they talk about people on Fox.
But you sound like Dr. Umar.
I think this has more to do with Republican and Democrat rather than a white man marrying a white woman, a white man marrying a black woman, a black man marrying a white woman. I think it has more. I think it has something about politics rather than.
That's true too. And then also it's called stature too. Married up. Some of the wives I see why you married them because you married up. I can understand that. But I digress. Let me get back to the money.
Yeah.
Bob, he's not gonna miss that money. So he should let that go.
Yeah. That's a lot of money. Carl, that's a lot of money, even though.
Trying to tell you.
Yeah, that's true, but get a woman a break.
Okay.
Yeah, but she got a break, all right. She bought her a house and a vehicle.
Yeah,
and give her a break. She took her own break.
No, but see, that's what she messed up at. Don't buy it until you return the money. Then go buy.
Mm-hmm.
Because then they'll make you look more favorable toward the judge when you go for the judge.
So she just took her own out of that and bought what she wanted and then try to return the rest.
Yeah. But I would gave some back, then go back. Deal, then back.
Carl, if anybody send you money by mistake,
yes, sir.
They send it to you in your bank account.
Is
it legally right for you to have that money and for you to spend that money? Is it legally right?
No.
Well, that's what the attorney said. Said it was on her side. Legally, I mean, they did that. She didn't go rob them. They sent her that money.
But if she knew it wasn't hers, she should have sent half of it back. That's all I'm saying.
Half of it. If she knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
If she knew it wasn't hers, she should have sent it all back.
Well, at least a good $700,000 to show good faith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Man, it's just me, Bob. Perhaps it's a generational thing between you and me and Josh over this thing. That's probably what it is.
Carl.
Yeah, see,
you about to get in trouble.
About to get hung up on.
So you're talking about generation gap between me and you and John. What do you mean? Okay, who is at the top of the list here as just old and washed up and worn out here?
Now, Bob, you and I have seen Joe twice. Josh and I have seen Joe at least 4 times.
Okay.
I could be Josh's uncle. Okay.
Yeah.
So what that tell you?
I don't know.
I could be your kid brother, Bob. I'm just saying.
My kid.
Based on
my kid brother,
little brother. Yeah.
See, he made it like a very tiny young brother. Okay. So he's
well, you know,
okay. I'm an old man. So
you know, back in the day, Bob. There was a man who would say he was 19 and came from a large family, and say his mother and father had 12 children altogether, and he was the oldest. He was 19, and the 12th child was born. That 12th child was 19 years old. He's 19 years younger than the first child, and that could be a young man. Okay. So you could actually have a brother who is 19 years younger than you. So they generally call that a kid brother.
Okay. All right.
So you can be 40 years old and have a 21-year-old brother too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All
those things happen.
Thanks
back in the day.
Thanks for the terrible encouragement call.
Now, before I go, Bob, were there any other subjects that you guys were talking about? Because I joined the party late because I've been busy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was it. That was
it. We had a special guest on earlier, a boxer.
Yeah.
But, other than that,
we're good to go.
We're good to go, Carl. Thanks.
Okay, well, let me throw this at you then. The new police chief. I seen a picture of her.
Okay.
I went to give her a chance.
Carl, don't go there, Carl.
I knew he said he's willing to give her a chance. Look
okay, go ahead. Go ahead. On Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Carl is making a statement about the new police. Go ahead, Carl. I'm going to allow you to make that statement.
I think we should give her a chance.
Okay.
Of course.
Why do you think we should give her a chance?
Yeah.
Because she's new coming to our city, and we need to see what she's going to do.
Carl, is that
even though that may be another?
Carl, is that your real reason?
Yes.
I think you have other plans and other things in your mind, Carl.
No, Bob, I don't want to go to jail. Now,
okay.
I believe that once she gets here, she needs to go to every community center in Memphis, starting with the African American community centers, the ones in Frazier, the one in Orange Mound, the one in Whitehaven, the one in the one downtown.
Why should she go around to these community centers?
I actually agree with you, Carl.
I mean, why should she go around?
I agree 1,000%.
Why should the police director, a police chief, the new police chief, why should she have to go around to these community centers?
Because she needs to gain the trust of the people who've been feared the most with crime, which is the African American community.
Yeah.
She needs to go there first and say, "Tell me, what do you need and what can I do for our police department to help you feel better?"
I don't think that's necessary.
I think it kind of is. And now
community centers in all of the neighborhoods.
Yes, because look, first of all, she ain't got. It ain't like she can't do it because it can be done. If you got the time to have these forums where you sit up with the city council, have people come to you, go to the people. If you want to have, and this is what I say about the pathetic leaders in Memphis, politically and everywhere else. They don't care about the people. Jim Strickland never cared about nobody. That's why I never cared about him as mayor, and he's done a terrible job. We hadn't seen him since he won the last election, essentially, other than when he hired his police director. So he hired the first one that was average at very best, and I think that's being extremely kind to Mike Rollins, who was soft and didn't do anything since the bridge, which was before he was hired. So when you talk about leadership in Memphis, that shows leadership by the police chief. If she were to do something like that, that would show, okay, I actually care about these communities that I'm policing. I want to build a relationship. I don't want to act like I'm above you. I want to act like I'm with you. And
that's right. And you know, as I said, those neighborhoods, Bob, because that's where the crime is. It doesn't do it in good. Plus, it was put me in a bad relationship with her from the get-go. If she goes and meet with the people in that part of the community, that part by Carterville or down by the main library, the house over there, meet that community center, that neighborhood watch group, because that shows me she's not looking outside the box. And see, that's what Memphis need to do for once in their life. This city is so far behind. Birmingham began to pass us. Just Mississippi began to pass us. Of course, they ain't got no water down there now, but
Well, I don't see a problem with her going to the community centers.
Mm-hmm.
I see a problem with her having to go to every one of them. You know,
I think she needs to, Bob.
You got to cut like can you pay for the gas?
Now you guys want to be male chauvinists just because she's a lady and push her around.
See, here you go.
Is that what you want to do? Just because
she's a
lady?
Bob, I tell you what.
No. You guys never put this much pressure on the men that were in office as police chief.
Well, Mike Rollins,
now everybody want to push her around.
Bob, I don't want to push her around because I see the picture of her. She don't like the type of person to be pushed around anyway.
No. I think she'll take you down, Carl, honestly.
Yeah.
Right.
Handcuff you now.
And Bob, I tell you what. I tell you what, Bob, is your female who respond to you on Facebook will feel the same way too. They think that they will probably say that's a good idea for her to do that. Your female listeners and those that respond on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Because I'm willing to bet my good friend will feel the same way too. You know him, GKP.
Oh, really?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he'll feel the same way too.
He might.
I don't know.
Now,
GKP, he might. I don't know.
And to prove my point, to show you how dumb Memphis is as a city, they don't think outside the box. And then I'm going to hang up and listen to the rest of your show. I'm going to give you an example of how dumb this city is, and they ain't even thought about it yet. And I know how you feel about this program, Bob, but I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
The Southern Heritage Classic is coming to Memphis again this year.
Okay.
Jackson State has Deion Sanders, and Tennessee State has Eddie George.
Yes,
right.
Two players who made history in the NFL, and one's a Heisman Trophy winner. Now, the game will be played at night, but we know ESPN not going to broadcast that game as a prime time game. But we also know ESPN liked to set up on Beale Street when they was here for the Memphis SMU game.
Yeah.
If Memphis had any sense, they would try to find a way to get ESPN to do game day from Memphis on the day of the Southern Heritage Classic. They can spotlight historical Black College University. They can interview Eddie George and Deion Sanders.
Well, I mean,
they can make it a whole show. But we'll see. But they'll put Memphis in the spotlight again.
Well,
and be good for the city.
Didn't ESPN?
But they don't think like that.
Didn't ESPN or the Sports Center? Didn't they do that before here during the big game?
Yeah, that's what Memphis SMU. But the point is, but they don't have to broadcast the game Saturday that night. They can have game day here in Memphis because no matter where they are, Her Street will get on a private jet and go to the main game anyway. So they can do game day for anywhere.
Yeah.
The main game at night.
Sometimes, and you never know what they'll do sometimes. Because I know sometimes they even do Division II games, depending on the storyline behind it. Right?
Yeah, how big?
Right.
Well, they've rarely done it, but there has been a few occasions where they've decided to do that. And I think, honestly, I think this is big enough. And it depends on I don't know what the record of the two teams are going to be when they end up playing. But I don't even know if that even matters because you got.
I think this is depending on the coaches.
Yeah.
Because the coaches and in the spotlight.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm going with, Josh? You see what I'm going with this?
I do. But we'll see what because it deserves attention, even if they don't have game day necessarily. It does deserve some degree of attention from the national media. That's why I think.
Well, they might get it.
Right.
They might
and then
get
see now in that you get the historic Black colleges, universities talk about themselves, Jackson State and Tennessee State, and you know you got a lot of people in Memphis that went to Jackson State and Tennessee State. Then you get those coaches come on the air, do a little interview. Then you can highlight Memphis again. Then the guy loves the way Beale Street was set up 2 years ago for that Memphis SMU game. It's a win-win. But see, we got lazy, sorry, pathetic leaders in Memphis don't even think outside the box. It takes folks like me, you, Josh, other African American people who not in power, that come up with good ideas, but they don't listen. They don't think things through. Yeah. That would make Memphis so far behind everybody else city in Tennessee and the surrounding Mid-South area because we don't think outside the box.
You got to think about it now. We're the ones that voted them in office. So, I mean.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, true.
And then, could Jim Strickland probably going to be county mayor. You're going to lead the city and try to be county mayor.
Now, come on now. You know, a lot of people be complaining about Jim Strickland. Now, come on now. There was a lot of people that voted for Jim Strickland to be mayor of Memphis.
Yeah, but I guarantee
black
you,
people in Memphis.
I think Strickland done messed up with black and white folks, but I think he's got more support in white because of the stuff he's done with building projects and stuff like that.
I think the county mayor wants to be our next congressman from the Memphis area to get rid of Steve Coleman. That's what I think.
Well, Lee Harris has always had the ambition anyway. He started off pretty good, then he disappeared too. Yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens. It seems like they both have aspirations elsewhere. I've heard Strickland wants to go even higher potentially than county mayor. So we'll see what happens.
I don't think Lee Harris wants to knock off Steve Cohen. The Negroes want to keep going with Cohen.
Yeah, but I don't think Lee Harris.
Say again, Bob. Say again. What?
I think the Negroes want to keep going with Cohen, which I hate.
Bob. Then they say you don't have a sense of humor. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm impressed. Yeah. Well, it's time for me to go. I don't want anybody saying
it's time for you to go.
I don't want anybody saying a text saying KISS because I might get mad today. Yeah. So I'm going to quit while I'm ahead.
Yeah, you need to.
Oh, wait a minute. I know they didn't. You remember the jersey that Michael Jordan wore when he played for North Carolina?
Uh-huh.
That thing sold for $1.38 million.
Okay. So?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, that's Michael Jordan.
$1.38 million?
That's Michael Jordan.
Sometimes, Carl, you just got to have that jersey.
You can't sell your nasty T-shirts for that, Carl. I mean, who are you? Who are you? You're nobody.
Oh, man.
I mean, obviously not.
I'm sorry, Carl.
Well, $1.38 million.
Yeah.
For a jersey.
Well, I mean, he's earned it, I guess. He's earned it. Okay. Hey, Carl.
We got to roll, man.
I got to go. I can't stay on this. I got to go. That's too much.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Carl, for the call.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Gosh, he talks too much. I mean, wow. I mean, I don't mean talk about folks, but my goodness, I'm not the one that go around and spread rumors.
Yeah.
Really, I'm just not the gossip type. You'll never hear me repeating gossip. So you better be sure and listen close the first time.
Hey, but look.
But anyway.
Let me say this, though.
901-213-6020. Go ahead, Josh.
I don't know what's going to happen in the mayor's race for Memphis going up in next year, or I think the year after.
Yeah.
I think it's 2 years out from now. Or maybe next year. I don't know. I was trying to see what I see, 22 or 23.
Yeah.
But either way it goes, I heard there was a rumor. Some of y'all may have saw this too, that Judge Joe Brown may be planning to run for Memphis mayor.
No. Judge Joe Brown, please stay where you are. He's ruined it for himself. I mean, the last time he came in here and ran for attorney general?
Yeah.
The Amy Wyatt's position.
District attorney,
yeah. He blew it, man. I mean, he really messed himself up. If he had come in the way he, in a different way, and he come in here running his mouth and just threw things all out of proportion, I mean, he messed himself up. He'll never win as mayor.
Yeah.
He'll never win as mayor.
Well, they say it's Joe time.
Yeah, well, they say it's showtime too. But I mean, it's not Joe's time. His time is gone. He'll never win anything in Memphis. He won't win a fishing contest.
Man.
I mean, Judge Joe Brown is over. I mean, he ruined it for himself the last time he was here. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, he's done. He's washed up. Nobody did it to himself but him. He did it to himself. You know. Yeah, I mean, that's just the way I feel.
I get it. I get it. And we've had, I remember when that thing was going on with Judge Joe, and I know you do, is that we had him on the show several times when he was running. What came out when he was going to run.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've even met him a couple of times, you know, but it's like this. I don't doubt that he's a smart guy, but there's no way in the world, I'm just be real, let me quit sugarcoating it. No way in the world I could see him running, let alone trying to win. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I don't think he's mayor material for Memphis. I think it'll be a setback for us. You know, I don't know. I just don't think he's capable of taking care of Memphis. You know, he's done. Stay as judge. Judge Joe Brown, you're doing a good job as judge on your TV program.
I'm about to say, I think that show's been over for a while.
Has it been over?
He's doing a good job in the reruns, I guess.
Oh, well, he done ruined that. I'm just saying.
He retired from that for a while, but
he's retired from that. Okay. Well, I mean, you know, I just don't think he would. I don't know.
Well,
I just don't think he would make good mayor right now. Probably a few years ago, but not today.
Hey, now don't forget his qualifications. I think I got a list of them here. Hold on, let's see. I think there's
I'm not knocking his qualifications.
I know,
that has nothing to do with it.
I got you, baby.
I'm talking about the way he came in here last time, and
I know what you're saying, but I'm setting up something here. Here we go.
He's a real judge whose experience has taken him from South Central LA to the halls of justice. In his courtroom, everyone has the right to a fair trial. But if they're proven wrong, he has the right to make them pay. Judge Joe Brown.
There you go.
Well,
you hear that? Doesn't that sound like mayor material right there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, I think we're getting voicemails here. If you're trying to call us, okay.
All right. Yeah, you can go and cut that off. Yeah.
If
just let it be.
Yeah. If you're trying to call us, call again 901-213-6020. I think the people trying to call us and get through and get in the voicemail or something.
All right. Well,
we'll see. Try us again. 901-213-6020. All
right. So a couple comments here.
Yeah.
Stanley Finster says Steve Cohen ain't going nowhere. Frankie says, Bob, go ahead and tell us how you really feel about Joe Brown.
Hey, Frankie, I mean, you know, you saw it. You saw the action. You saw Judge Joe Brown. You saw what he did. I mean, you know, come on. I mean, he ruined it for himself. He ruined it for himself. I didn't do it to him. You didn't do it to him, Frankie. Nobody else did it to Judge Joe Brown but himself. He had the opportunity, and I was all in his corner.
Yeah, 100% really was.
But, I mean, you know, the way he did this thing, man, and came out, I mean, you know, it... And
look, the worst thing about it, Amy Wyrick is still terrible. And still got the job.
Yeah, still got it. So, I don't know. Maybe I should give him another chance. I don't know.
You think so? I mean, look at that picture, man. Look at that. I know looking at the phone, but
yeah,
look at that picture there. Is that not?
Are you people still getting voicemail from us? Going to the voicemail? Let us know if you're trying to call. You shouldn't be going to the voicemail. 901-213-6020. If you're going to the voicemail, let me know through the comment or something. You know. But anyway. Frankie, I mean, that's just the way I feel.
Yeah, she said, I agree with you, Bob. I remember the interviews. I think she may have actually heard the original interviews we're talking about.
Yeah.
From back when. But anyway, Bob, I'm trying to show you something. I know we got that. I understand what's going on.
Okay, go ahead.
But is that picture there? I mean, look at that picture, man. Does that not look like my man you could trust?
No. I mean, Not, I mean,
look at that man.
Before Judge Joe Brown,
and that's an old picture. So.
Yeah, before Judge Joe Brown was a man.
Yeah,
you know, but now after what he came in here and did and showed his, I mean, was it true colors or was it just something he just messed up on? I mean, he really didn't. I mean,
I got you.
You know, he turned the light off.
I've defended people as a defense lawyer. I've locked people up as a judge. I'm still a judge. And one of the rewards is seeing that you actually changed somebody. It's about being real. It's about taking care of your own business.
Real cases, a passion for justice. Judge Joe Brown.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. He needs to stay on the TV. On the tube. Well, they used to call it in the tube.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Well, some people say the Tizoob.
Yeah.
Shout out to Martin.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
And there's other people running for mayor too. I ain't gonna mention all that. But it sounds like it's gonna get real interesting if all these
well, I mean,
potential candidates are for real.
You must remember this too. That it to me, I think we're concerned too much about the color of the candidate. We don't need to be concerned about the color of the candidate because Memphis has been run by Black or African American, Negro mayors for a long time.
And before you go into that,
well, and they nailed it in the ground.
And before you go into that though, because I know.
So I mean, you can't blame Jim Strickland for all these years that these black mayors have run.
That's what I can't let that go.
Yeah,
I can't because he's been mayor for 2 terms.
Yeah,
he stunk, and it's just like AC Wharton was not good. Just like the end of Willie Harrington was not good. Myron Lowry's short couple of months or weeks.
Lowry and his chicken dinners.
Yeah, all of that. But with Jim Strickland, stunk. And I'm not going to blame these other black mayors for Jim Strickland's ineptness, just like I can't blame Harrington for Wharton's not doing a good job. Matter of fact, I think Strickland was worse than Wharton, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yes. Crime was not this bad.
I kind of like AC. I don't know.
I mean, look, there were things, he for the expectation that was there was very high because everybody loved him.
But see, some people said AC's butt was on his shoulders and he wasn't for the black people.
But hear me out though.
He wasn't for the black people.
But listen to this though. Listen,
he was bought by the white man. That's what they say about AC Ward. I don't know. I'm just telling you what they say.
Oh no, I know, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to I just want you to hear what I'm saying,
right?
Because I know you feel this way too. When he was county mayor, everybody loved him so much that they wanted him as city mayor.
Well,
that's including us.
They did that because they said he was a county mayor. You know, he was the white folks' favorite. But
it was black people loved him too.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't like him when he became Memphis mayor.
No, they didn't like him then, but.
That's what I'm saying.
It was mostly black people, and he was mayor of here when you come to the city. But the county, did a good job. I don't know, but anyway, can Memphis really be fair to anybody now that becomes mayor of Memphis? Everybody that becomes mayor, they knock them down. Said they're not any good.
Well, they knock them down when they stink. That's what I think. And I don't think I don't feel sorry for any of them that have been criticized. I know some of them come out and say, "Oh, woe is me. They don't like me." They don't like you because you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing from what you said you were going to do. The letdown was real. The letdown from Jim Strickland was very high because most people voted for Strickland. A lot of the black folks. Because he was white and they wanted something different. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But he didn't do what he said he was going to do.
Yeah. And
his main objective was crime. And it got 30 times worse.
Okay.
So
tell me which mayor you think that handled all this crime and did a good job. Or is it that the crime got worse over the years and years? And a lot of times, even when the black mayors were in office, crime was terrible in Memphis anyway.
But how about this, though? How about the fact that it's worse than ever statistically and continuing to get worse by the year, by the month, by the week? That's number one. Quicker than anybody else's. Memphis always had a crime situation, but it's taken off in extreme levels because poverty is getting worse.
Okay.
Even though you're improving in several areas of town, in areas that are already doing pretty well, the outskirts where people come as tourists looks a lot better under Strickland. I will say that. More hotels, more of these.
Well, do you realize that most cities do that?
I know, but here's the problem.
Come into the city, they want the city to look its best.
That's fine, but check it out though. At its core, it's rotting. It's rotting from the inside out.
Okay.
And that's because you pay no attention to it and you still refuse to. And that's including Jim Strickland.
Okay. All right.
So I mean, I'm not gonna glaze past that.
Okay.
You ignore black folks' poverty or minority folks, you ignore all that crap. And then you wonder why you have a crime problem. Everybody's continuing to ignore Jim Strickland to the utmost degree. And then you wonder, why is crime getting worse? Well, poverty is getting worse, but why is crime getting worse? That's the way it works everywhere. When poverty gets worse, crime gets worse.
Yeah.
So how about you try to fix that problem? I'm not just saying give people money, but you got to fix the problem. What is jobs? What is economic opportunities? What is education? With the school systems going the way it's going. You got to do something.
Okay. But that doesn't give people an opportunity or a right to go around and steal and rob.
I know, but at a certain point,
opportunity.
At a certain point, you just would be ignoring facts if you think poverty has nothing to do with it. If poverty, nobody that's poor sits there and says, well, I'm looking at the poverty rate, so I think I can go commit a crime now. No, that ain't how it works. It works because you're reaching a point of desperation consistently.
Okay, so you
it ain't about giving an excuse.
The man has the right to look at the situation. The crime is.
I'm not saying he has the right to do anything.
It's poverty stricken. There are no job opportunities, and I don't have any money to put food on my family's table to feed my family.
You can go in
whatever. I'm going to go to desperation and rob a store, rob a bank, beat somebody up, and steal.
That's what
money,
happens.
So I can take care of my family. That's not really.
I'm not saying
I
that's the way.
understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's not a good way to go.
If you really look at it, really, that's not going to. For that temporary moment,
I agree.
He may have $10 to buy because a pack of bologna and bread and a bottle of a 2-liter of soda to feed your family for the moment. But over a period of time, by doing that, he'll end up in prison and will never be able to be available.
I know,
to take care of his
that's the point.
Care of his family. So
that's the point. That's the point I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's saying it's what you should do, But what I'm saying is that's the way it's been happening for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, if you're a politician, how about you try to fix that?
Yeah.
Not tell people to stop committing crimes. How about you stop creating an environment where that happens?
Absolutely, they need to fix the crime.
And it's not just the mayor; it's the city council too. It's everybody involved in the hierarchy.
901-213-6020. You have any comments? Do you think this new appointed mayor, when she comes in,
police director, police director,
police chief, they call her now. They don't use director any longer. They now call them police chief in the city of Memphis. This lady that's come here from Durham, North Carolina, somewhere.
Yeah,
she's going to be appointed as the new police chief of the city of Memphis. Do you think she's capable of doing a good job? Or do you think because she's a woman, she's not capable?
Hey, now, just look at these comments here with the previous thing that I'm just seeing.
Yeah.
Let's see. Greg just coming in. He's saying, good afternoon. He said, I used to like Judge Joe Brown, but it seemed like he went a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Low-key lost his mind.
Greg, I agree with you. Something happened there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Frankie says Warden owed a debt from when his son was facing a statutory rape of a white girl in a trailer park. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you're right about that. I don't know. That's tough. Yeah. Some of these people, we could send them to Western State Psychiatric Mental Hospital in Bolivar, Tennessee.
Yeah.
For a mental evaluation. Even if you want to run for mayor, that should be one of the things that they send you to Western State Psychiatric Hospital in Bolivar, Tennessee, so that you must spend 3 months there and be examined.
Yeah.
And after the 3 months, then, we know that you're capable of handling the job as mayor of the city of Memphis.
But you're not a nut.
Serious. Other comments?
That's it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I tell you what, we're going to get on out of here, folks. And thanks for our guest joining us today. And man, we enjoyed talking to him. Fernando Bunch. Man, I'm looking forward. This guy's quick with his hands, Josh.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Man.
Great fighter. Appreciate him coming on undefeated as well. So definitely appreciate him for coming on. Also, appreciate everybody that called in and text in on the comments, watching as well. Also, real quick, want to be sure everybody that's in right now, go ahead and hit that like button for me as well. Hit like or love, whatever you want to do there. If you haven't done it already, go ahead and do so before we go here, and we definitely appreciate that. And if you want to share, you can hit the share button as well. Let people join in on the conversation. Even after the show is over, people can still jump in, can watch and comment as you all did as well. So we definitely appreciate all of that. Each and every one of you for tuning in, man. You never know when we will come on and talk to the people. So once again, we more than appreciate that.
All right, that's going to do it for us today. And those of you that tried to call and couldn't get through, sorry about that technical difficulty. But hey, we'll see you next time. And happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers. And enjoy the day today and tomorrow. And we'll see you again next time for another edition of Talk Back Live with Bob and Josh. Have a wonderful day and happy Mother's Day.
Life is about being real. It's about taking care of your own business.
Real cases of passion for justice. Judge Joe Brown.
I don't know how he came in there, but anyway, we're out of here.